It's cold in here. What? Is it snowing in here? Is it snow? Paper snow? Oh my goodness. Okay. They're gonna be making some paper snowflakes today. Okay. Okay, well, now that I've cleaned up all of that snow, now let's talk about our habits and qualities for this week. This week's habits and qualities are caring and consider and understand others. Now we're going to talk about this in relation to snowflakes. How on earth can we relate our habits and qualities to snowflakes? Well, let me tell you. Caring, we can relate to snowflakes by the work that we're putting into making our snowflakes. So each snowflake is different, just like each person is different. So we're going to make sure that we're celebrating our differences while also caring about what we're saying and what we're doing. So when we're making our snowflakes, we want to make sure that we're taking pride in what we do. We're liking what we're doing. We care about it. And that means that maybe if we make a mistake, we can still like what the outcome is. Especially with these, it's really hard to tell what the end result's going to be when you're in the middle of it. So thinking positively and caring and being like, yeah, maybe I put a cut where I didn't want it to go, and so maybe it's not going to look how I imagined it, but I'm still excited to see what this turns out to be. I'm really excited to see how my hard work that I put into this snowflake is going to pay off, and you'll surprise yourself if you start caring for yourself. It's pretty cool. Now for consider and understand others, we're going to take a look at this snowflake. Now, it doesn't look much like of a snowflake right now, but that's because I'm not finished with it yet. We have to open it up. But I want us to think about how we can consider and understand others with this snowflake. So each cut here is made on all of the pieces of the paper. I don't know what this is going to look like at the end, but I do know that each cut here is important. Let's think about this, how the things that we say and the things that we do. Everything we say or do is important, and it can affect other people. Meaning, what I say can change the way someone feels. I can say you're doing a great job, and they're gonna feel good. Or I can say, oh, that doesn't look very good. I don't like what you've done there. And that's not gonna make them feel very good, is it? So we wanna make sure that we're considering each and every single thing that we do, because it not only has an effect on you, it has an effect on other people. So just like the cuts in here, it has an effect here on this single side, but as soon as I open it, you're gonna see it has an effect on the whole snowflake. So we wanna make sure that we're caring and considering others when we're any day, every day of your life, making sure that we're thinking about how others feel, because one tiny word can affect anything. And who knows, maybe you can make a beautiful snowflake. And that's obviously the goal, is to make a beautiful snowflake and to make really great friendships and be good leaders. So we want to really consider what we say to other people when we're having conversations, when we're having fun with people. Anytime, we want to make sure that we're considering how other people feel. So let's get started on our craft of snowflakes. So for our snowflakes, we're going to need our paper and some scissors. That's all you need. So I'm going to take this piece of blue paper here. Feel free to use construction paper or white paper, whatever you feel is best for you. Again, this is your craft. So I'm going to take this piece of paper and then I'm going to fold it into a triangle until I make a giant even triangle with the bottom here. And you can see there's a flap here. I'm just going to cut along this line here. And that makes a perfect square. So I'm going to take my triangle and I'm going to fold it into another triangle again in half, just like this. Fold along here. The paper I'm using is pretty thick, but your paper should be nice and easy to fold. Okay, and I'm going to make it into one more triangle just like this, folding it in half again. Use the tape. Alright, here we go. So now this is the middle. This is really important to remember because you don't want to cut all the way off here because then there's going to be a giant hole in the middle, unless that's what you want it to look like. But for me, I'm going to make sure that I remember that this is the middle, these are the edges, and this is the inside here. So if you wanted to make a circular one, you would cut around here to make a circle and make it look like an ice cream cone. But for this one, I think I'm gonna make it kind of like maybe a combination of the two. So let's see how that goes. Now is the time where you just cut where you'd like, and then that's pretty much how it goes. We're gonna see how the snowflake turns out. And remember, we wanna make sure we're considering where we're putting our cuts, making sure we're not gonna make the snowflake fall into pieces. So it shouldn't do that, but just in case, let's give it a try. All right, here is what my snowflake looks like. Doesn't look like much right now, but when we open it, it's gonna look really cool. So here we go. Yeah, look at that snowflake. Looking good. Ooh, I like it. All right, Moorlands. This is my snowflake, and I would love to see yours. So if you can make a snowflake, make as many snowflakes as you want. You have so much construction paper. If you can make, maybe like, I challenge you to make a snowflake with a small amount of this paper showing in between. That sounds pretty difficult. And then I challenge you to make a snowflake with as little holes as possible. Let's see how you guys do. I want to see you take pictures of these and send it in to us at info@moorlands.ca or on your Zoom groups. Show us your snowflakes. Thanks everybody, and have an awesome day. We'll see you next time.